everybody, it's Allison. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be featuring two cards that I made with the small die of the month for November from Spellbinders. And these cards are part of a special blog hop today. We are celebrating the November clubs. So here are the two cards. Aren't they adorable? All right, so like I said, this is part of a blog hop, and this is starting today, Thursday, November 21st, and the giveaway closes Sunday, November 24th. I will have a link to my blog in the description below, so make sure you click on that to start hopping for your chance to win. All right, we are going to start with the backgrounds for the cards and my new Better Press. Yay! I think I mentioned in my last video that I had finally gotten a Better Press, and you can see I have this little film on my magnetic plate. It's just this thin film. It's almost like cling wrap. I think it's just packaging to some paper. It's just going to keep my plates clean from any inking that I do. We are going to use the bold color mix numbers. These are really large numbers. They also have a matching die set that we will not be using today, but there is that. Now this is watercolor paper from my stash, and it's roughly the size of a slimline panel. And I'm just going to start arranging all of these plates on the magnetic plate, and just kind of randomly. And then every once in a while I will bring my paper in just to see how it's lining up against the paper. So then I can just keep adjusting. I really just wanted a fun panel. These are meant to be birthday cards for, I think they're for little kids. They're really cute, sweet cards. So I thought these numbers would just be a really sweet background. So you can see I'm still fiddling, making sure they're lining up with my paper. And I'm going to be using Ballet Slipper ink from Pinkfresh Studio. Because I am new to the Better Press, I have not really invested in any of the Better Press inks. So I'm just experimenting here. I really had no idea how the Pinkfresh inks would do. But you'll see in the end, they work pretty well. Now, I know I have used Better Press plates a lot in videos, and I always foil with them. And that's why I never really felt the need to get the Better Press system, because the plates foil so well. But I finally did it, and I'm very happy that I did, because there are plates like these numbers, and here's the first pass. It was a little pale because this is a pale pink ink. So here I'm going for a second pass, and because these two plates connect, with these magnets, it's almost like the Misty, where it's going to line up perfectly again. I don't need to worry about things shifting because the plates are, on that magnet plate. So look at that. It turned out really well. I like that it's not a perfect stamping. I wanted kind of, just a very pale, kind of sketchy look. So I also used fresh Pear on a second panel. The green is a bit darker than the pink, and there are places where you can see that I kind of hit the plates with the corner or edge of my ink pad, but again, that's okay. I wasn't going for a perfect look. So I was pretty happy with how these inks did. Now here's a panel that I tried to do different colors, and I was just experimenting. I actually used distressed oxide pads. And you can see here I wasn't really being very careful in terms of keeping each color on each number. So you'll see some harsh edges there. And then I ink blended this panel with kind of similar color inks, and I don't know. I might use it for something coming up soon. We'll see. All right, so this is the small die kit called Birthday Bliss. Here are all the dies, and you'll see I've already cut all of my elements, and these dies are just so easy to put together. You know, there's 2 pieces that create the turtle shell, so here are the 2 pieces for that. And I cut all of my pieces out of different colors of cardstock. And here's the little sloth. Isn't he adorable? And he couldn't be any easier to put together. I mean, there's 2 pieces, and then there's a little tiny piece that makes the cheeks. There's also a banner that says Birthday Bliss, and there are some clouds. Now this little piece will cut stars into the clouds. And there's a little hat for the turtle, which I will use. And here I've already kind of started assembling the card. Now this piece comes from the large die of the month. I used it as little banners at the top. And I've already started adding some sequins. Now sequins or other embellishments are a great way to cover things up. Like remember that part right there where you could kind of see where there was kind of that line from the ink pad. So I'm just going to cover that up with a sequin. So I also added some stars. You'll see some tiny white stars from that one die that I showed you. Now the bow tie, isn't that cute? That also comes from the large die of the month. He's so handsome. All right, so here's that banner that's part of the small die, and I'm just lifting his arms to see if I like how he looks holding this banner. And I decided in the end to use a stamped sentiment. Now this is from the Typewriter Adventure Sentiments. I love this font because it just goes with everything, and I think it looks really cute. You know, his arms are kind of covering part of the words, but I think you get the gist of what it says. Now, other details for these cards, I did take a white gel pen to add highlights to the balloons. We're going to add the little ball on top of the hat. And finally, these words, the party time, these come from the November bonus die that comes with the Deluxe Caboodle Club. So if you're a member of that club, you get a bonus die every month. And I thought it would be cute to attach balloons to the words. So I just took some of the string from that die that creates the balloon strings and just cut them down. And I'm adding some foam squares to these elements. I also added foam squares to the backs of the balloons. I didn't really show much of the assembly of these cards because it was really easy. Again, these little critters are so easy to assemble. So I figured I would spare you from watching me glue a lot of things. All right, so I'm adding sequins to this panel as well, just to make it a little more special. And here we go. Here are the finished cards. I think they are so sweet. And by the way, these cards both measure roughly 3.5 by 8. So they're not quite the exact size of a typical slimline. They're pretty close. They'll obviously fit into a slimline envelope. And that is it for my cards today. I had so much fun creating these. I obviously had fun playing with my new Better Press. Of course, I understand now what I have been missing this whole time. Like I said before, I have always foiled with my Better Press plates, and I've been super happy with that. But there are plates like these numbers that have really large surface areas, and they're just going to do so much better with inks. So I'm excited to have it now. I am excited to purchase some of the Better Press inks. I was happy with how these inks did, but they weren't perfectly inked, and that's actually what I wanted. But I do, I want to get the right inks for this machine, and I think it will open up a lot of possibilities. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited for you to join the Blog Hop and win a $25 gift card. And perhaps you could buy some inks for your Better Press machine or whatever it is that has caught your eye. I really appreciate you joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.